Tilak Nagar Industries likely to go ahead and make a purchase of one of the whiskey brands of the country, Imperial Blue, and that's the story. We'll just shortly get Nigel, and Nigel will tell us a little more about that as well. Nigel, you are picking up from your sources that Tilak Nagar Industries is likely to go ahead and grab a big sip of the whiskey market. Nigel.
Well, that's right. Mangalam, it looks like Tilak Nagar Industries is looking for a stiff peg, and that too a whiskey.
Yep.
We understand from sources there could potentially be a deal where Tilak Nagar goes ahead and buys Imperial Blue, which is the whiskey brand which is owned by Pernod Ricard, and they've been searching for a buyer for the last few months or so. Now, what could the valuation be? It could be roughly in that vicinity, very roughly in the vicinity of around 4,000 crores odd. How will they fund it? Well, we understand it could be a mix of equity as well as debt. And as they've already disclosed on the exchanges, that tomorrow they're going to be meeting to consider various options. So we'll have to see what is the mix of this 4,000 crores between debt as well as equity. That will be important. We know that Tilak Nagar Industries over the last few years, from being a net debt company, actually they've become a net cash company. They have close to around 100 crores in their books. We reached out to both the management, Pernod as well as Tilak Nagar Industries. We're awaiting comments. As they comment, we'll add it to the highlights. But just a few factors out there. The key number is going to be what valuations is this done and how much of that will be debt. For Tilak Nagar Industries, the reason the stock is buzzing because the street views it positively. As of now, they're only a brandy player, so they'll become a whiskey player as well. So diversification. Currently, they're south-based, more than 80% in the south. They'll become a pan-India player as well. And I was looking at rough numbers. Last year, Tilak Nagar Industries sold around 12 million cases. Imperial Blue sells around 22 million cases. So capacity, the scale itself will go up drastically. Yet we'll have to wait by to see what is the valuation, what is the debt. But we understand probably there could be a big deal in the works with Tilak Nagar Industries looking for a stiff peg, and that too of whiskey this time around.
Okay, all right, Nigel. Thanks very much for that. So big deal, and the whiskey market itself, the Indian whiskey market, is poised to grow to around $46 billion by 2030. So it's the right sip that they're taking.
I'll tell you one thing. Browns in India, which includes the likes of whiskey and brandy, are nearly 95% of the overall market. So all the conversation that happens around strong growth in tequila, strong growth in vodka, strong growth in gin, strong growth in wine is just 5% of the market. No matter what, Indians are whiskey drinkers, and large part of South India is brandy drinkers. So there could be a geographical expansion for Tilak Nagar Industries out there as well. What is the kind of debt that they take will be extremely crucial to track. But in the past, Tilak Nagar has said that, their brandy sales, which is about 91% of the business, they plan to take it lower to about 80% organically. And if this deal happens, then that increases a lot more.
I think Vinny, you want to comment on that with regard to
No, I'm happy with this. If it is coming here, brown and white, I'm okay with any of them. So I'm up for it.
We'll wait by for this deal, but it's been in the works for very, very long, and let's see whether or not it does take place. But as of now, sources do indicate that there could probably be a deal, and that could be in the next couple of
But
weeks.
India's alcohol market as a whole is, just on an upward trajectory. You're talking about whiskey with the third largest consumers when it comes to alcohol. And when it comes to whiskey, I think 17% CAGR is what we're growing at.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of growth.
And look at that, Ekta on top of the numbers. Not just Dawa, but Daru also.
And we'll do is we'll, just a last
Daru leads to Dawa.